Welcome to another Gorilla Sports Off Court. I am your host for today, Liv Moods, and this is presented by Trusted American Mortgage. Trusted American salary-based mortgage consultants want to help you get into a better interest rate and lower your monthly payments. So head to trustedamerican.com to see how they can help you save some money today.
Hello and welcome in.
Please do not leave your luggage unattended on the station.
Welcome to the show.
Hello, everybody, and welcome into another Gorilla Sports Off Court. I am your host for today, Liv Moods, and we're going to be talking NBA. The Denver Nuggets have had some time to rest, which means I have also had some time to rest. Hopefully, you guys are not up super late watching other teams. If you're a Nuggets fan, we have had some nice nights to ourselves. Hopefully, our Denver Nuggets are getting nice and rested following their win that they had Friday night against the Utah Jazz, a pretty convincing one. I get it. It was against the Utah Jazz. The true test as to where this Denver Nuggets team stands right now in this very moment will be tomorrow night against the Minnesota Timberwolves, the rival of the Denver Nuggets. I don't care what you think. They're not our rival. Oh, yes, they absolutely are. This Minnesota Timberwolves team built a roster around beating the Denver Nuggets. They made improvements to their roster to beat the Denver Nuggets, and they have done that pretty consistently over the last couple of seasons. They seem to have the Nuggets number, and it is going to be really, really important that this Nuggets team continues to defend home court. They've got back-to-back games, actually, tomorrow night and the night after that, both at home. Timberwolves on Tuesday night, and I believe the Spurs on Wednesday night. So defending home court is going to be very important. We also know that at this stage of the season, keeping their bodies healthy is also super crucial for this team, given how injury-riddled they have been all season long. But beating the Minnesota Timberwolves for sure is at the top of my checklist this week. Hopefully they can get that done so that I can rest easy on Tuesday night. But I won't have my hopes up. We know how this Timberwolves team plays against the Denver Nuggets. They are big. They are strong. They're physical. They play at a very fast pace. They know how to shoot the three. All things that the Nuggets have to be overly prepared to face on Tuesday night because we know how this team shows up. I want to talk a little bit. I know. I've said it many, many times that I am over the MVP conversation. Well, psych. No, I'm not. I'm never over it. And just when you think I'm done talking about it, I'm absolutely not done. But this is different. I don't want to say, oh my gosh, Jokic should win MVP. Of course, you guys know that that's how I feel. Of course. I do believe that one of my largest problems with the MVP conversation this season is how, whether it be sports books or media outlets or fans, trying to portray this very large gap between Nikola Jokic and SGA, a gap that quite frankly does not exist. Why? Because Nikola Jokic in just about every statistical category is having a better season than SGA as an individual. I get it. OKC is the number one team in the Western Conference. You don't have to tell me that. I'm fully aware. They're winning games. They look really, really good. But how do we define most valuable? That is where the gray area begins. Is it that when we remove you from your team looks significantly less talented without you, therefore you bring the most value out of any other player in the league? If that's what it is, it's Nikola Jokic. But then you get people that try to strike up the conversation of, well, if he's the most valuable, then why aren't they the first in the West? Why aren't they winning more games? I can also understand that argument. There's a lot of gray area. There's a lot of nuances when it comes to the MVP conversation, which makes it so difficult. But I was talking this morning with somebody. We were just kind of chatting sports, and he was like, hey, I want you to guess, where do you think the odds are for MVP right now? And I said, well, given how Jokic has been playing, just the other night, he had a 39-point triple-double. He's still having an incredible season. He's back from his injury. The moment he was back, he had a 39-point triple-double, like he never missed a beat. He's still playing at a very high level. So I can't imagine is that insane, right? I can't imagine SGA is that much of a favorite. Oh my gosh. Boy, was I shocked. My jaw hit the floorboards. My jaw hit the floorboards. Why don't you take a guess? I'm going to have a moment of silence here, and I'm going to let you take a guess as to how you think these odds are set up in most sports books right now when comparing SGA and Nikola Jokic for MVP. I'll give you a second. My guess was like, oh, at one point he was minus 700, but Jokic is still playing at a very high level. He's still the best player in the world. So I'm going to guess like minus 400. Oh my gosh. You clown. Liv, you are a clown if you thought that the odds were that respectful. No, they're not. The disrespect is so astronomical at this point in time. SGA is a minus 5,000 favorite to win MVP. Oh my gosh. Why are we doing this? I understand voter fatigue. I get it. Most of you are sick of watching Nikola Jokic dominate the MVP race. I get it. But it is not that, like, SGA is not running with this award that significantly to warrant minus 5,000 odds to win the award. What are we doing? And the reason I want to have this conversation is because in talking with the person earlier today, they made a comment and said, this is like, it's very hard because the MVP race kind of makes you hate players. Like, I become a hater. I've always loved watching SGA play basketball, the same way that I have always loved watching Josh Allen play football. But when they are constantly shoving down our throats that Josh Allen, clear cut, it's not even close. Actually, it is close. Lamar Jackson's having an outstanding season. SGA, clear cut, it's not even close. Actually, Nikola Jokic is having an outstanding season. So I actually blame media members, fans, the sports books, okay, for shoving it down our throats, trying so hard to make it not be Lamar Jackson, to make it not be Nikola Jokic. That's what it feels like more than anything. No one is denying that SGA is not having a spectacular season and doesn't deserve to be the favorite of the MVP award. But the conversation that needs to be had is, why are you pressing the issue so bad? So bad to the point that he is a minus 5,000 favorite. I don't care if you're an SGA fan or if you're not. I need you to remove your bias for a moment and acknowledge that that is insanity. Nikola Jokic being plus 2,000 to win MVP is insanity, especially given the season that he currently has had all year and is still currently having. Okay, I want to read you his stats just because I think we are going to look back on this season knowing that not only did SGA win MVP, because I do think that's what's going to happen, but that people were trying so hard to make it seem like it was just a runaway. It wasn't even close. It was hands down SGA all season long. It wasn't even close. Nikola Jokic this season has averaged 29.3 points, 12.8 rebounds, and 10.2 assists in 64 games played this season. Just the other day, I retweeted on my page a statistic of Nikola Jokic's numbers this season compared to last season when he won MVP. Last season, when he won MVP, 26.4 points per game, 12.4 rebounds per game, 9 assists per game. This season, Nikola Jokic is averaging 29.3 points per game, about 3 points more than he did the last time he won MVP. 12.8 rebounds per game, about 0.4 more rebounds than he did the last time he won MVP. 10.3 assists per game, about 1.3 more assists per game than he did the last time he won MVP. And he's averaging 0.3 more steals per game than he did the last time he won MVP. So he is better statistically in every category, just about every category, when you compare him to SGA. And he is statistically better in every category when you compare him to the last time that he won MVP. Yet you want to tell me that SGA is a minus 5,000 favorite to win? That's my issue here, guys. It's not about the fact that Nikola Jokic may not win MVP. It's the fact that we are being pressured to believe that the race is not close. Are you guys insane? He's averaging a triple-double. He's playing better now than he ever has before. And he's won 3 MVPs, and he is better now than he has ever been before. And you want to tell me that it's plus 2,000 odds for him to win MVP? This is my problem. I'm starting to become an SGA hater just because of the way it is being shoved in my face and down my throat, and the pressure that I feel to believe that SGA is a landslide winner for this award when he isn't. Yes, he's good. Yes, he'll probably win it. Yes, he deserves to be the favorite. But minus 5,000, please. They're creating haters out of us. I blame MVP races for why I'm a hater to some athletes for no reason. I'm a hater. I was a Josh Allen hater this year. Okay, why? He was playing great football. I love watching him play. He's a Wyoming guy. My mom's side of the family's from Wyoming. All right. I like Josh Allen. But in an attempt to convince me that Josh Allen was the clear cut, it's not even close winner of MVP, I kind of became a hater because I'm watching Lamar Jackson play football every Sunday going, what are you talking about? What are you talking about? SGA minus 5,000? What are you talking about? Okay, so yes, SGA is having a great season. I will give him his flowers. I love watching this guy play basketball, mostly when he's not flopping. But I do like watching SGA play basketball a lot. But the pressure that is being applied from every angle to try to force us to believe that the race is not close is outlandish. It's actually outlandish. And I get it. You got the Jokic haters out there. What about his defense? Why isn't he winning more games? I don't know. I don't know. I think we need to start changing what MVP means. MVP actually means best player on the best team. It doesn't mean most valuable. Forget about it. We need to change the name. It does not mean most valuable. It means best player on best team. Let's call it what it is, folks. OKC right now, one of the hottest teams in the league, best in the Western Conference. Let's call the MVP what it really is. Best player, best team. The Bills are another great example of that. They were hot, red hot, regular season. One of the best teams in the regular season. Okay, so we got to stop calling it most valuable because I'm not sure that's what it is, right? Because then you get the haters out there. Well, if he's most valuable, why don't they win? Why aren't they the first in the West? Well, that's a very, I mean, there's a lot of things that you can consider when looking at why a team is not the first in their conference. Injuries being a really big one. The fact that the starting lineup that the Denver Nuggets started with has only been used 21 times this season. Pretty sure OKC has been relatively healthy for the most part, okay? So if we want to go down the line, the list of all the different reasons why the Nuggets are not the first in the Western Conference, we can. But again, let's change the name. Let's change the MVP name. And we've also gotten very, we've added different layers to this of who's allowed to vote. There is a natural bias. I can hear it in some of these media members' voices when they talk about the MVP race. I can see it in the disrespect that some of these media members have when they talk about the MVP race. So, I definitely think there is a lot of gray area as it pertains to the MVP award, a lot of gray area. And that's fine. That's the nature of the award, right? It's going to be that way across every major sport. I was just talking upstairs with some of our hockey talent, and it's the same thing, right? You've got McKinnon, one of the greatest to ever do it. And in some of the, rankings that were released in the last couple of days, he's not even top 3. It's never going to make sense and it's never going to be clear cut. But what should not be, what I can say with the most certainty and the most confidence is minus 5,000 is insane. And it is so effing disrespectful. I have to laugh. Like, what do you mean? What do you mean? As a person that's been involved in sports betting for many, many years now, if you showed me those odds, I'd be like, oof, Jokic has fallen off the wagon, but he hasn't. What are we talking about? What are we talking about? It's also worth noting that we know just because you're the best player in the world does not mean you win MVP. How many times have we seen the best player in the world not win MVP? A lot. So that's fine. That's fine. Voter fatigue, I hate it. I think if you get voter fatigue, you shouldn't be voting. You should be going based off of what you see that is sitting right in front of you. Don't punish Nikola Jokic because you're tired of seeing him be great. He's still great. Matter of fact, he's greater now than he was the last time you voted on him to win MVP. So make it make sense. That's all I'm going to say. It's crazy that we're even having this conversation, that it is plus 2,000 odds to bet on Nikola Jokic. You bet on Nikola Jokic, you put $10 on him to win MVP and he wins it, you make $200. If anything, they should both be minus whatever. You really shouldn't be getting much money back for betting on either of those guys. I just have to say, minus 5,000 is insanity. Had to say that. I do think the MVP race is creating a hater gene in me that I don't like it. I don't like it. But the way that it's being shoved in my face and I'm being pressured to believe something that I know for a fact is bogus. Josh Allen, landslide. Winner, not even close. Lamar still exists. I'm watching him right now, actually. What are you talking about? SGA, landslide winner. It's not even close. Really? I'm watching Jokic play right now. I beg to effing differ. So the pressure by the people, I'm over it. You're making me a hater. I have no reason to be a hater of Josh Allen. I have no reason to be a hater of SGA, and you've made me one because of this weirdness. So cut it out. All right. She feels better. She feels rejuvenated. She feels relaxed. If you guys did not know, if this is your first time joining the show, an off-court show with Liv Moods, I can tell you right now, get used to this type of energy because we love a little rant sesh. We love to vent. We love to get it off our chest. This is therapeutic and it's good for our souls. So if you've got something you need to say in the chat, something you got to get off your chest that's NBA related, have at it. This is a safe space for you all, okay? The next thing I want to talk about, and we're going to start doing this as we get closer and closer to the playoffs, which is, what does the Western Conference look like right now? As it stands right now, what do the Western Conference playoffs look like? Because here's the deal. They change every single day. This is why the Western Conference has been one of the most exciting to watch and also the most terrifying if your favorite team plays in the Western Conference, okay? Between 2 and 5, Rockets at 2, Nuggets at 3, Lakers at 4, Grizzlies at 5. Between 2 and 5, there is actually quite a big jump now. I'm going to do the math really quick here. 4.5 games between 2 and 5. The Grizzlies have kind of, I think they're going through it. It's very clear they're going through it, firing Taylor Jenkins with less than 10 games left in your season as a number 5 seed is kind of crazy. You've got players fighting their own teammates. Get it together, fellas. All right? Stand up. Take a deep breath. Grow up. Okay? Have to say that. A lot of WWE SmackDown, a lot of boxing going on right now in the league. Tensions are rising, ladies and gentlemen. We love it. To be honest with you, I do love a good push shove in the face, talking trash. I do love it. It's just that competitive edge. It's that passion that likes to seep on through. I think when it's the same players every time, you're like, dude, you got to relax. You know, like for a while there with Draymond Green and Dylan Brooks, I was like, settle it down. You're like, what are you trying to prove here, tough guy? Relax it. But for the most part, I do love it when it gets chippy. It's just that competitive edge. And at this point in the season, tensions are rising. Things are getting heated. Things are getting very exciting because these teams want to win. They want to win. And as we get closer and closer to the playoffs, and they start to look at who they may potentially have to face, some of these teams might be in panic mode just a little bit. So you've got 4.5 games between 2 and 5 right now. But when you look a little bit closer, 2 and 3, the Nuggets are currently 2 games behind the Houston Rockets at the 2 seed. The Nuggets are the 3 seed. Then there's about a 2.5 game. No, actually, I did the math wrong on that. 1.5 game difference between 3 and 4, which is the Nuggets and the Lakers. And then the Lakers and the Grizzlies, there's a game between them. Even beyond that, the Warriors are only a game behind the Grizzlies. And the Timberwolves are only half a game behind the Warriors. Timberwolves kind of going on a little heater right now. So this is what I mean when I say, and then the Clippers are half a game behind the Timberwolves. So in this last stretch of the season, this could look completely different in a week or two from now. Completely different. I think you can make the case that like the 1, 2, 3 seeds feel like they're a little bit more stable than the 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. but anything is possible at this stage of the season. So it's very, very important that the Nuggets try to win every game that they have left, because you've got teams kind of on your tail, a game and a half behind. The Nuggets is the Lakers. And we know that the Lakers at any given moment can pop off. They've got Luka Doncic now. They've got LeBron James. They've got a lot of young talent on that team that knows how to light it up. So it's important that the Nuggets do everything in their power to win as many games as possible moving forward. As it stands right now, the Denver Nuggets would be facing the Golden State Warriors. We just saw this matchup not too long ago, and we actually, I believe, will see it again here shortly. We just saw this matchup without Nikola Jokic, actually, and it was maybe one of my favorite wins by this Denver Nuggets team, and I'm going to tell you why. It was a team win. It was not me, I. It was, hey, we don't have Nikola Jokic, so how do we all come together to figure this out? Yes, Friday, April 4th. This Friday, we will see the Nuggets on the road facing the Golden State Warriors, hopefully with a healthy Nikola Jokic. I'm not sure of the status of Jamal Murray. We did miss him the other night against the Utah Jazz. However, he has had some extended time to rest now, so hopefully he is available and ready to play this week because we'll need him against the Timberwolves tomorrow. Don't underestimate the Spurs. There's really no team that this Nuggets team could face where it's a safe win. Sorry. I love my team. I love the Denver Nuggets. I think they're fabulous. I think they're one of the most talented rosters in the NBA. But there is not one team I can say with confidence, here's all my savings, here's all my money. They win for sure without a doubt. Nope, I'm good. I'll sit this one out. Not going to do that because this Nuggets team loves to keep me on the edge of my seat. They love to make me sweat it. So if the playoffs started right now, the Nuggets would face the Golden State Warriors. Now, in a perfect world, I would say I wouldn't worry about that. I still do believe the Nuggets could win in a very competitive back and forth. I would say they'd probably win in 6. I'm not sure it would go all 7 games. I do think there'd be a couple in there that the Nuggets may get fatigued, tired. And you also we know how this perimeter defense has looked. And with Steph Curry on the Warriors, no, thank you. Okay, he's good for a 10 3-pointers in one game against this Denver Nuggets defense. Honest to goodness. We also know the type of elevation we see from Jimmy Butler when it's playoff time. He just gets that look in his eyes. He's locked in. He's focused. He's ready to go. So I would give it 6 games, but I do feel confident that the Nuggets could compete against the Golden State Warriors. They did so without Nikola Jokic earlier this season. It will be very interesting to see, does the effort remain the same with Jokic back out there against the Warriors? This coming Friday, we will see them go head to head. Hopefully Jokic is available. Hopefully you get the full starting 5 that's healthy and available so you could really see what that could potentially look like in a 6-7 game series. I don't think it would be a sweep. I think given the weakness of this Denver Nuggets team this year, which is defense, and then you've got guys like Steph Curry and Jimmy Butler playing basketball, and you don't play defense, no thanks. So I'm not going to say this would be an easy series for the Denver Nuggets by any means, but I do feel confident that they could advance past the first round if they were facing the Warriors. But that being said, it would be fair of me to assume that if they won without Jokic, they would certainly win with Jokic, but that really is not the case with this Denver Nuggets team, because what we see often is without Nikola Jokic, the Nuggets rise to the occasion. They play a little bit tougher. They play with a quicker pace. They are compensating for the fact that Jokic is not there, because so much of this Nuggets game plan throughout this season and for the last few seasons has been, we've got Nikola Jokic. Everyone take a breath. We're in a good position, because you really are. When you've got Nikola Jokic out there, because he is the most valuable player in the league, you are elevated by 1,000 just in having him on the court. That being said, when we do see Nikola Jokic healthy and available, we also see a little bit less effort and energy and hustle from his supporting cast, because they know he's there. He's a safety net. He's the insurance policy of the Denver Nuggets. When you remove the insurance policy, all of a sudden, you're driving that car a little bit slower. Ooh, I'm a little more timid. I'm being a little bit more careful. I'm paying attention to details, using the blinker. Because I don't have insurance. So I am a little bit more focused. Yeah, that's the facts. So the Nuggets are no different. When Nikola Jokic is out there, too. It's fine. It's okay. We just had a horrible second quarter. It's all right. It's okay. We're going to beat them anyway. Not true. So the effort has to remain the same. It has to remain high. They have to continue to push themselves to their maximum potential with or without Nikola Jokic there. And this has been a problem they have had all season long. So if the playoffs started right now, it's against the Golden State Warriors. We watched them compete without Nikola Jokic and win. It was one of their best team wins of the season. But when you add Jokic back into the equation, do you still get the same level of production and effort by the supporting cast with him out there? I can't confidently say that you will. So Friday will be a really, really great kind of gauge if we've got that healthy starting five to see what does this Nuggets team look like against the Warriors, because as it stands right now, that's who they face. So time will tell. We'll have to see how Friday unfolds to see whether or not this Nuggets team is going to use the momentum that they hopefully get on Tuesday night. Tomorrow night, we have got to see this Nuggets team beat the Timberwolves. So help me. Like, not just because, okay, we want to stay in that 3 seed or we want to go even past that and be a 2 seed. Forget the seeding. Just prove you can beat this damn team, because I have had it. I don't want to see it again. I cannot lose to this Timberwolves team again. Because the sad reality is when we lose to the Timberwolves, it's not like we lose like in a cute way. It's usually very ugly. It starts ugly, it ends ugly. And I'm just sitting there the whole time like, geez, what is going on? This would be a really, really great opportunity for the Nuggets to get some really great momentum as they get closer and closer to the playoffs. At the end of the day, every game they play moving forward matters. You know that. I know that. Hopefully they know that. But especially against a team like the Timberwolves, prove that you can beat tough competition, right? We saw you play really great against the Utah Jazz. I would hope so. Sorry, it's just the facts of the matter. I would hope so. You know, I would like to assume that, you know, if the Utah Jazz are one of the favorites to get Cooper Flag, I would hope you can beat the Jazz. Just saying. That's just the facts of the matter. So, yeah, I think watching them win, anytime you get to watch this Nuggets team win is great, because you're watching them form good habits and you're watching them, you know, solidify a lot of things that they haven't had the opportunity to in terms of like refining what they've got. They have what it takes. Now it's just the refining process of getting them prepared for the playoffs. If you face a team like the Warriors, what does that perimeter defense look like? You just going to let Steph Curry just air them out all night long? I don't think that's a smart idea. Let's maybe not do that. So again, we're in the refining process, but we also are in the, we haven't seen the starting five a whole lot this season. So we're also trying to establish what we've got. And if that means beating the Utah Jazz to get us one step closer, then so be it. It's a win is a win. But a win against a team like the Timberwolves then also gives confidence. And the Nuggets will need that as they get closer to the playoffs. So all that to say, tomorrow night against the Timberwolves, my head is hurting. I am scared. It is not going to be an easy win for this Nuggets team by any means. It's going to be a bloodbath, and it typically is. This Timberwolves team has a roster that is designed to compete against the Denver Nuggets. It's just the facts of the matter. So this Nuggets team has to be prepared. They're coming off of some rest. Believe it or not, this Nuggets team actually does better when they're not rested. They have one of the best records in terms of the tail end of back-to-backs. When they play the second game of a back-to-back, they have a pretty stinking good record. They do really well with just getting back into it and using the momentum from the night before, whether good or bad, to fuel their second game. They've had some extra nights of rest, which I do think at this stage in the season is very important given their injuries and their broken bodies. So hopefully they use that to their advantage. And hopefully tomorrow night we watch this Nuggets team compete against the Minnesota Timberwolves. One could only hope. Hopefully it's all smiles, but tomorrow night you better tap in with Liv Moods for a post-game live reaction show. Hopefully I'm smiling and not crying. If they lose, I might have a glass of wine in my hand. Who knows? Who's to say? But hopefully this is a really great, the start of the Nuggets refining things, defending home court, and continuing to get one step closer to being a playoff team and making a deep run. That's what we all are hoping for. When you've got Nikola Jokic on your side anything can happen. So I am not feeling like a Debbie Downer today. I'm feeling very excited about this game tomorrow night. Hopefully the rest was good for them. And like I said, tune in tomorrow night, post-game live reaction show following the Timberwolves matchup. I'll be there. Hopefully you're there. Make sure you're following us on all things social and you've got notifications turned on so you never miss a post-game live show with the one and only Liv Moods. We like to have fun on there. If you've never been on for a post-game show, it's just a whole big ranting, venting sesh, and we have a really good time. So would love to have you guys there. And then this show, of course, Gorilla Sports Off Court, is presented by Trusted American Mortgage. Shout out to our friends over at Trusted American. You can head to trustedamerican.com to see how they can help you save some money, getting you a better interest rate, lowering your monthly payments. They are literally designed to help you out. So shout out to our friends over there. Check them out at trustedamerican.com. We will be back tomorrow night, post-game live show, Wednesday night, post-game live show, and then a regular episode of Gorilla Sports Off Court on Thursday. Same time, same place, 12:30 p.m. Mountain Time. We'll see you then. Go Nuggets. I'm Liv Moods signing off, and we'll see you tomorrow evening.